Red Sox yawning.
Alex Rodriguez is drilled, and he says something to Bronson Arroyo. And we know what he said. Here we go. Varitek and A-Rod going at it. Schilling is right in the middle of it. Now another fight off to the side. Millar is in it. Nixon is in it.
Gone. Sturz is bleeding from the left ear.
Ground ball hit down to first base. Milner has it. Throws to Buddy Harrelson. One to first. Double play. And a fight breaks out. Pete Rose and Buddy Harrelson. Both clubs spill out of the dugouts. And a wild fight is going on. Jerry Kuzman's in the middle of the fight. Everybody is out there. Buddy Harrelson and Pete Rose got into it. Rose apparently thought that Harrelson had done something in making the double play. Rose outweighs Harrelson about 35 pounds. And now, Buzzy Capra is in a fight. Out in center field. Another fight breaks out.
In the opposite field, and a base hit. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. And let's see. He holds on to it. Does he hold on to it? And they have a fight. Here they go. And this. And the bench is empty. Arm or something. Going over to a couple of the Yankees, and there they go again. Mickey Rivers is the guy that's trying to hit everybody with a sucker punch. He's not getting anything. He's just running around behind everybody trying to hit him in the back of the head. I see Samblins in there. I saw Velas in here. Enrico is going berserk now. Things have gotten out of hand here at Yankee Stadium. And Bill Lee is really hurt. And the crowd, they'll get there,
That ball's going to be over the head of Rivers, maybe. No, it's going to be over Rivers' head. McRae is going to score, and Brett's going for third. Already. But Brett went in hard, and both teams are out on the field. Brett went in hard at Nettles, and Nettles kicked him, and that's when the fight started. Billy Martin right in the middle trying to break it up. Well, Herzog now talking to Brett. And evidently, Brett and Nettles will stay in the ball game.
The Nettles didn't do anything, and oh, there he did. Yep, he kicked him.
After Brett went into him, Nettles kicked him, and here goes here. And right in the middle of his Guidry.
Yep.
Here's Hasselman. Oh, and he's plunked. And Hasselman's charging the mound. What in the world is that all about? Oh, an ugly brawl. The bullpen's now empty. And Hasselman really jumped all over Mike Mussina. And more pushing and shoving now. Now another brawl breaks out. Jay Buhner gets involved. Randy Johnson's involved as well with somebody else. Oh boy, this is ugly. This is awful. Now Tino Martinez and Elrod Hendricks are squaring off. And finally, order nearly restored. Now bodies fly again. Well, this is a shame. It really is a shame.
Still wants to go after, I think, Mills.
Charlton, oh, and a punch is thrown by the Orioles. Now it's gotten ugly again. We might need to get the law enforcement folks down here to clean this up. This is unbelievable. This is awful. Now umpires are just throwing people out.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of guys ejected from this, and there's going to be a lot of fines. Keep in mind, the coaches are trying to break that thing up as well as they can. Umpires doing the same.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out. Look at this. Start things back up right here. And there's Lamont. And here we go again. I cannot see who is in the middle. Bo is in there. Yeah, somebody drags out. Doug Manzolino. Jeff Schwartz.
Boy, Mickey Hatcher's got a pretty good cut over his right eye, as you can see right there.
9 RBIs in that Tiger series. Whoa. As Wemby mentioned, he will come up and in on you. Watch out. Oh, yeah. Now here goes George. Yeah, Seeley. Oh, boy, I'll tell you one thing. There we go.
That makes things only worse on an individual basis. Out.
Jeffries gets hit by that inside pitch, and you could hear him yell. And he is not happy. Pedro Martinez again will try to move Webster over with the sacrifice bunt. Pitch was thrown inside, and now both pitchers are worn. Mike Williams throwing the inside pitch. You'll remember that Pedro Martinez hit Greg Jeffries. Got him on the right elbow. Jeffries had to leave the game. And now in a bunt situation, you can see this pitch coming right in at Pedro's left knee. And then Pedro gets decked, and here they go. Pedro throws his helmet at Mike Williams, and a huge pile out in the middle of the field. Here come the bullpens, and the umpires now stand back and take numbers. Down in the middle of that pile, Pedro Martinez and Mike Williams. Expos and Phillies all in the middle of it there. And it's still going on down on the ground. There's Rondell White trying to separate some people. This is where it becomes so dangerous, where people can get hurt. Curt Schilling is in the middle of this. So is Jim Fregosi, Moises Alou. Rondell White's got a hold on Schilling, who has a knot over his right eye, you can see. And there is Pedro. So after the warning by Frank Pulley, Mike Williams came right back at Pedro Martinez. Well, every once in a while you'll see that where the pitch is made, doesn't hit the batter, knocks him down or brushes him back, and then the pitcher comes back again with the retaliatory pitch.
Oh, that's going to call. Yeah, he's gone. Benches are going to empty. That was a frustration pitch on beneath his point. No need for it.
Darryl Strawberry's after the man.
That was a real cheap shot. Umpires trying to restore a little order. I thought Tino might step out because the crowd wanted a curtain call from Bernie. And Benitez, because of all the frustration.
Great ball. They're after him. This is getting ugly now.
Yeah, you got to break it up. Somebody's going to get hurt.
I know he's frustrated. He gave up the home run. But this is just going to lead to something else in this series, and maybe right now. Somebody's going to get it for the Orioles probably tomorrow.
Now all of the umpires, as this spills into the dugout, this is horrible. The umpires now are standing out by the foul line because they can't do anything about it. They're just
in the dugout. That's where the action is right now.
Well, they've got to get some of the veterans in there and break this up.
Like Eddie Murray's trying to break things up on this side, but right here, right there, and they're holding Tino back.
With 1 on and 1 out, shows bunt, and he drops it again down beautifully. Belcher will field and tag him out. Second time that Park has moved the runner, and now some shoving, and a fight breaks out between Belcher and Park, and Park kicks Belcher, and both benches will empty. Well, you have to believe that Belcher said something to Park, who had knocked down Randy Velarde twice in a game already. And it didn't take long for Belcher and Park to square off.
We'll get a look at this play once again. The ball bunted up the first base line. Belcher's going to take the play himself. He puts the ball in his bare hand. See, he applies the tag to Park right there. And I don't know, words are exchanged right there. Looks like Belcher told him to go on back to the bench, and then Park throws a left to the face of Belcher, a kick, and then here we go. The tag was applied. Everything looked cool up to that point. Then an elbow to the stomach by Park, a push, an elbow to the face by Park, a kick to the ribs. Belcher on top, and here we go.
It was difficult. It looked like some words were exchanged. You just don't know what was said, and then you don't know what happens in the heat of battle. Something was said that sparked emotion, and then it got out of hand.
The barrel of the bat comes back at Roger Clemens, and he fires the bat back toward Piazza, who is going down the first baseline. That is all Roger Clemens there.
The better part of the bat, the fat part of the bat, and fired into foul territory near Piazza. Obviously, Piazza didn't mean to do that. My gosh, that's a blatant act. Foolish, foolish. Man, that is, I'll tell you, that is a blatant act right there. Piazza has every right.
And third, nobody out, and this is over the head. Actually, must have hit the bat of Kareem Garcia. And a foul ball, and Garcia immediately pops up and screams.
Trying to get himself under control.
Now Ramirez.
That ball's not even close.
You talk about looking for a reason.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. Don Zimmer and Pedro Martinez. Oh.
That's awful.
Don Zimmer, a 72-year-old man, went into Pedro Martinez's face, and Pedro Martinez threw him down. We've had another ugly incident as a fan out above that Yankee bullpen has jumped down in there. Police responded immediately, as did the bullpen staff for the Yankees. And it looks like what could have been an awful situation has been handled for the most part.
And against a young left-hander who got batted around his last time out against Houston.
He did. His last couple of starts have been a little bit on the rough side. He started out very strong. And, you know, a lot of times you see a young guy catch fire early on and then come back to the norm. And I think that's what's happened to Mike Leake. We saw it last night.
Yadier Molina right in the face of Brandon Phillips. And we've yet to set the stage about everything that happened, and you get a look at it. For those who may not have known, Brandon Phillips last night, to both June Day and Hal McCoy, made some comments about the Cardinals, saying he hates the Cardinals, and used some less than family language in his descriptions. And as soon as Brandon got to the plate, Yadier Molina.
Over the first inning, obviously some discourse between Yadier Molina and Brandon Phillips sparked the whole thing. We won't know until after a game exactly what was said.
Now
Scott Rowland is getting into it.
And now it is turning ugly.
With Chris Carpenter. And Carpenter's the one down there chirping.
Carpenter had issues with his own teammates last night. And it is getting really ugly. As we've got punches and kicks. Johnny Cueto, the starting pitcher, is being wrestled away.
And this is not good at all, because this is the kind of situation where somebody can get up, get hurt, get their finger stepped on, and it's just not baseball. I'm hoping that the umpires can get this thing under control and we can get on to playing the game of baseball, because nothing is going to be solved by this. But I will tell you one thing.
Hit on the ground. Beltre goes to second for one, and Bautista. Now there's a fight at second, and Odor smokes Bautista. And
Bautista picked on the wrong guy as Odor came right at him, and we got the benches empty of that.
And there's a lot of animosity out there right now.
I'll tell you, this has been brewing since last October.
It's all red and blue on the grass behind the second base bag as fists are flying here at Globe Life Park.
Well, Jose certainly went in hard with that slide. You know that there was much intent there. Jose not happy with getting drilled. That's his way of getting back. Rougned Odor would have none of it. He knew exactly what Bautista was doing. He confronted him. He shoved him right away. That's when they engaged. Rougned Odor threw the first punch at Bautista, and that's when the bench is cleared.
You could tell that Jose was rocked by that.
Well, Bautista got the worst of that exchange.
Whoa!
History.
And Bryce Harper wants a piece of Hunter Strickland. Here they go. Strickland lands a punch. Harper lands a punch. Bench is empty.
And that was intentional in my mind.
Middle of the back with the hardest fastball he has. And the Nats are going to need a right fielder.
Tell me what you think. You're watching it just like we are. I mean, that's behind him. That could have been ugly, and that's hard to defend. The rest is, well, defending yourself. And when a guy throws a 100-mile-an-hour pitch at you, I think you have to defend yourself.
Looked like Strickland might have landed the first one. Bryce got one in there.
Bryce just missed with the right hook, and then here comes everybody.
It'll be Arenado, Gonzalez, and Story against Perdomo. Here goes Nolan out to the mound. Look at this.
And the benches have cleared.
There is a melee on the infield. Nolan Arenado had a ball go behind him. He threw his helmet down, ran toward the pitcher's mound. Perdomo threw his glove down. Bench is cleared. Here come the bullpens as well. Umpires right in the middle of this.
Mark McGwire knows Nolan very well. This is not contentious. He's trying to calm him down. Carr goes in there. Nolan had to have an idea that it may be coming because two guys after last night, even though they were far from intentional, got hit. And that one had purpose. Perdomo's got to go. Nolan will be gone. And A.J. Ellis and Nolan still trying to get in it. Cargo's now trying to make sure it's just today for Nolan. You don't want anything more than that. Where this pitch is. Well, actually, I thought it was a little higher than that. But
the Rockies have had it. I mean,
they've had it. They're frustrated right now.
Yeah. Nolan's had it. Perdomo threw his glove straight at Nolan.
And there's a push bunt to third. They go to second. They'll get the force. And Wade reaches on the fielder's choice.
And now there seems to be some sort of dispute, and the benches are going to clear. Only words are exchanged, but the bench is clear nonetheless.
Now we're looking at it here, and Holt takes the tag, and he went in and he spiked it. So Holt says something to Austin, and that's what happened. So, you know, Holt didn't do anything. He went in and he spiked him with his. He went in for a slide. I'm not saying he did on purpose, but he did.
Austin was that base runner at second base. Looked like he got a piece of Brock Holt. The bench is cleared after that. And that's why he gets drilled here, and he slams the bat. Now he's making a move, and here he comes on the run, and now fisticuffs as Kelly's being tackled and punches being thrown.
The bullpens are emptying, and the Red Sox and Yankees, for the second time tonight, have cleared the benches. First time there were no punches thrown. This time there were.
And now the skirmish spreads beyond Austin and Kelly. Although Austin still wants a piece of it.
There is a serious conversation going on right now, and Garrett is hot. And now there's some serious chirping coming from the Pirates dugout. And now Garrett's on his way to the dugout, and here we go. Oh! Garrett goes in there punching. This is not a good scene at all.
I don't know who he went after, but he got in there, and he is right in the middle of it.
Oh, my goodness.
And Amir Garrett is outnumbered, and here we go. Both sides have cleared.
I mean, Amir Garrett went straight to the dugout and threw a haymaker at somebody, and this is a real brawl. I mean, there are guys swinging left and right down there in front of that dugout.
And now Puig trying to be held back. And it's all mixed up right in front of the Pirates dugout.
And now Puig from the back. Puig coming at Crick.
Up. It started when it looked like Jeff Pickler came out to take Amir Garrett out of the game, and when Garrett left the mound, he went straight for the Pirate dugout.
Brent, I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher charge an opponent's dugout.
On the mound, and he was talking to Jeff Pickler, and it had enough. And this is what started. Garrett went flying in there with a punch that looked like it connected. Nope, it missed. Luckily, Suarez, the first red there. In the bottom of your screen, you're going to see David Bell sprinting.
Now the batter, Derek Dietrich, who's filling in for Votto. And how about this? Way back into right center field, and Dietrich is homered for the second time. How about that? You better get in the drink, Chris. Looks like something you might hit off the tee.
Wow. He took a look at it. Now, back in the old days, you wouldn't do that. Nowadays, it's more and more accepted. In fact, nobody even thinks about it anymore.
You hit one like that, you might as well look at him a little bit. And Cervelli having a word with Dietrich. The admiration maybe peeving the Pirates.
It'd be interesting. Derek Dietrich leads off here against Chris Archer.
He was going to kayak. Uh-oh. You knew this was coming. You knew it was coming when he stood there and watched it, and now a warning's going to be issued.
Archer apparently has a problem with it.
And boy, David Bell is livid.
He is all over home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg, and here come the benches. David Bell was the first one out, and he lost his mind. He's being held back by his own players, and now there's a whole lot of pushing and shoving.
These two teams have played each other quite a bit here in the early going, and it's feisty.
And Puig is gotten away. He's gotten away. Tucker Barnhart now, and now Puig is throwing some fists at Tom Prince, and now it starts over again.
And now Yasiel Puig is going after the pitcher, and now, oh, we got a problem.
Here we go now.
Here we go.
Yep.
He's throwing some arms around just when you thought it had quelled. There's Vasquez with his shirt off.
Well, I give David Bell a lot of credit. If the players were wondering whether or not he'd had their backs on a situation that might crop up on the field, I think they can put that to rest.